The All-Star game has concluded, which means All-Star weekend has concluded. What is up, everybody? What's good? What's good in sports? What's good in life? What's good in the internet? I am Akeem Balaam, recapping not only All-Star weekend, but also tonight's game. Did you see the game? As I'm pretty sure you did. The Western Conference once again victorious over the Eastern Conference in this year's All-Star game from Houston, Texas at the Toyota Center. The final score 143 to 138. It was pretty much the way most of these All-Star games, of course, turn out. They don't play any defense. They wind up tightening it up a little bit in the fourth quarter, but really there isn't really much as far as defense that goes on. And Chris Paul of the Los Angeles Clippers wound up winning MVP, as I expected that he would. When you look at the stat sheet and when you look at the way everything turned out, he wound up with 15 assists, 20 points, not to mention 4 steals. So yeah, certainly a deserving player as far as winning the MVP. Leading scorer for the West turned out to be Kevin Durant. He had 30 points in addition to 6 rebounds. So there's probably going to be some who say that he should have won it. Blake Griffin, he had 19 points, most of them basically off of dunks, off of passes from Chris Paul. Of course, he had CP3 had the 15 assists, and on the East side, you had Carmelo Anthony with 26, Dwayne Wade dropped 21, but even with Chris Paul wound up winning this MVP, even though he did wind up winning the MVP, there's going to be talk about that, and there's also going to be a lot of attention on what happened late in the game between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. There was one point in the game where it looks like that LeBron was about to take a 15-foot jump shot, and Kobe swatted that stuff away, and then Kevin Durant went on a fast break and threw it down. So there's going to be a lot of talk about that, a lot of conversation about how it looks like that maybe Kobe Bryant was a little bit irked by all of the Michael Jordan talk that was going on over this past week leading up to the All-Star game. But I think it's going to be really overplayed as far as the media is concerned, and over analyzing what was really going on. I think that was just a clean block, even though there was a look that I guess Kobe was giving LeBron, but maybe that had something to do with it. I'm not going to read too much into it. As far as I'm concerned, it was a great game. It was a very entertaining game, as we expected. As I say all the time, it's not about who wins and loses. It's about how little defense is played in the All-Star game. And as there is in All-Star games, there is certainly very little defense played. So once again, the Western Conference, once again, their 3rd consecutive victory. They won in Los Angeles in 2011. They won in Orlando in 2012. Last year when Durant won MVP, and they win this year. And your MVP this year, CP3 with 20 points and 15 assists. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Clipper player, Chris Paul. So once again, rate, comment, react, reply, add, and subscribe. Look forward to reading your comments as always. I'm just one guy talking about nothing. What did you think of the All-Star game? Was it entertaining? Was it boring to you? What did you think of a CP3 notching down the MVP? The Kobe-LeBron exchange, everything else that happened, Durant dropping 30. LeBron actually had how should I put it? He actually had a rather off night, dare I say, even by All-Star standard. He still had 19 points, but 19 points these days, even in 30 minutes of play, is kind of an off night for him. And as far as probably to put a little bit more of a Philadelphia focus on this thing, Jrue Holiday was the only Philadelphia 76er involved, and he scored 6 points, also had a couple of steals and a couple of rebounds in almost 16 minutes of play, but also wanted to get that into, also wanted to fit that into there as well. that it wasn't just like that Jrue Holiday just didn't do anything. He had he put up some points as well, along with some rebounds. So certainly Jrue Holiday representing Sixer Nation and in Houston at the All-Star game. So once again, rate, comment, react, reply, add, and subscribe. Once again, I'm looking forward to talking with you because I'm just one guy talking about sports. What you think of the All-Star game? What you think of the Kobe-LeBron exchange? And for you Sixer fans out there, also Jrue Holiday and what he was able to do. So until next time, actually until to look forward to future All-Star games, the next year's All-Star game will be in New Orleans at the New Orleans Arena when they're called the New Orleans Pelicans. There's some talk about the 2015 NBA All-Star game that it's going to be held in one of the New York City arenas, either the Madison Square Garden or the Barclays Center. So there's that to look forward to. So just looking ahead as far as future All-Star games, putting those into focus as well. So for the Real Sports Talk, hope all of yous had a great weekend. Hope all of yous, especially if you were in Houston, had a great All-Star weekend. So once again, my name is Akeem Balaam. For Tim Kelly, for Justin Godsey, for everybody at the Real Sports Talk, I will talk with yous another time. See you on the internet somewhere.